72 and put it in for t. So it's 1.03 times 72. All right, so is that something that is that something you know how to multiply, or you have some questions about how to do this?
I think I'm good on that part.
Okay. Do you want to multiply this for me and tell me the result then, please?
$74.16.
And that is the total cost. That's it.
All right.
Where did you get stuck on this?
I just got stuck on multiplying by like 72.
Okay. Do you have questions about how to do this? Because you did this correctly. I mean, I don't see your work, but this is the right answer. So if you know how to do that, that's good enough for me. Move on to 8.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You rent X pairs of shoes for $2 each. You buy the same number of drinks for $1.50 each. You also pay $9 for a bowling lane. So think of this as the shoes plus the drinks plus the lane. Okay, so how do you figure out the total cost of the shoes from this first sentence here? Can you convert that to
X.
2x? Good. And then drinks are $1.50. How many are you buying though?
150x.
Yes. And then the lane is always $9. There is no x, just 9.
And then you
So
it'll
can you
equal
combine? Yeah.
350x plus 9. And that would
Yes.
be all we can do.
That's everything.
Okay.
All right, good. All right, so do you have to define your variables? Like some teachers want you to say X is, or do you just have, is this,
No, not yet.
all right. You watch X minutes of television on Monday. You watch the same amount on Wednesday and 30 minutes on Friday. So this is Monday plus Wednesday plus Friday. See if you can set this one up. It's very similar to the last one.
2x plus 30.
You can write it as 1x plus 1x plus 30 if you want. 2x plus 30. That is perfect. Okay. Any questions on that before we move on to number 10?
Not really.
All right. All right. Okay. In a state legislature, there were 117 more members in the House of Representatives than in the Senate. So just sort of a critical thinking question here. House and Senate, which has more or which has less?
I believe the house has more.
The House has more. So your final answer, if we get one, should be that there are more here in the House. Okay. If there were M members in the Senate, there's the Senate. There's M members in the Senate. Write an expression to represent the total members in the state. Okay, we'll get to that. How many members were in the House if there were M in the Senate? What would be the expression for that based on this right here? It's 119 more.
M plus 119.
Okay. And so the total is, well, it's the House plus the Senate. The House is M plus 119. The Senate is M like that.
All right.
Could you simplify that for us, please?
Yeah, that's 2m plus 119.
Very good. So when they say to draw a picture, it doesn't need to be a picture. It just needs to be some organization of the information.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. E and his friends paid a total of $7 for tickets to school football games. While at the games, they bought 5 hot dogs at X dollars each, 4 boxes of popcorn at Y dollars each, and 2 pretzels at Z dollars each.
Yep.
Okay. So you have to think of this as hot dogs plus popcorn plus the pretzels plus the tickets, or you can put the tickets first if you want. Why don't you give this a try, please?
7 plus 5x plus 4y plus 2z.
Okay, and then you put the 7 first. That's fine. Let me just move everything over here so you can see that. All right, good. Okay. That's the expression. Now, they're telling you the prices in the next part B. So they're giving you the value for X, for Y, and for Z. And you're multiplying the number times the number. So could you calculate that for us, please?
Yeah. $43.
33, good. All right. Um, plus 4. Yes, 43. Good. Okay. Does this typically represent your test, these types of questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we could we go over all the different like properties of operations after?
Sure. All right. Okay, so we're up to 12 perimeter. Think of the perimeter as a walk around, and you pick a starting point. Doesn't matter where you start. A lot of people start in the top left. And your perimeter is just going all the way around. So it'd be 2.8y plus 2x plus 2.2y plus 5x plus 4x. And so you look to combine like terms. So like 2.8y, 2.2y, those are like terms because they both have an x. 2x, 5x, and plus 4x, those are like terms. Notice I'm using the operator with it. Like I'm not including it, the operator goes with it.
Yeah.
Could you try simplifying that for us, please?
Five y plus 11x.
Very good. Okay. Let's look at 13 here. Let's dip this in. Uh, any idea what these horizontal lines mean in the figure? These little horizontal red
Mm,
lines.
no.
They mean congruence. So that
Oh,
means that this is also 5A.
That rings a bell in my mind now.
Yeah, and you don't have to know that that's what it means. You just have to know that they're the same. So could you calculate the perimeter for us, please, of this one?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the last, just different numbers, different letters.
(16a) plus 8b plus 4.
Like this.
Yes.
All right. So those three. Yep, looks good to me. So that's probably enough information to do 14. Uh, you'll want to pay attention to those lines again. The single lines are all the same. So this is 4J, 4J, and 4J. The top one is 2H. Could you calculate the perimeter for us, please?
(4h) plus 16j.
Got it. Okay, let's look at the next ones.
And then the next one's it's just number 20.
You've done all of them, or you're saying?
Um, it's only number 20 that I'm having struggles on for the next ones.
Okay. All right. Does that mean you've already done like 21? Or you're just
No, they just weren't assigned.
okay. All right. Good to know. Yeah, because this one, like we've been talking about, like this is 1n. Sometimes good to put that in front. So it's 1n plus 4n minus 7n. Those are your like terms. So 1 plus 4 minus 7, basically. What does that become?
Um, (-2n plus (-1).
Or just minus 1 is okay as well. Yeah. That's why I was wondering if that's what you guys were were talking about, like in class, like positives and negatives. So okay. So you were not assigned the other ones. I mean, we have lots of time here. Do you want us to go through some of them for practice? Do you have other stuff you want us to work on tonight? I know you mentioned properties. Like I think it would be good for you to try like 21 on your own, for example. So I am talking. Let's make sure we're back here. Are you able to hear me? Okay, so sometimes you mute yourself. Let me see here. Sometimes you may have accidentally muted yourself. There we go. Good strategy, leaving and coming back in. Hey, Brynlee, let me know if you can hear me. Doesn't sound like you can hear me. Let me go to the chat. Maybe you're there. Hello, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. I was just asking if you wanted to do some more of these problems. 21 might be a good one to do. Otherwise, not sure what to suggest. You mentioned some properties that we could look at. I wanted to
Uh,
look at.
yeah, the commutative, associative,
Yes, yes,
identifiers.
yeah. We can absolutely do that. So let me see here. Let me. So the typical way, there are two types of problems that they give you. The first is like they just ask you to purely define it. The second is like more of a, they'll give you an example and ask you which property it is. So um, let me see if I can find one here for us to work on. Okay, this could be too difficult. All right, give me just a moment here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so let me throw up a list of properties. And I want you to look at the list and see if there's any of them that you don't think you remember. So we got the commutative property of addition, commutative property multiplication. So you're gonna have both commutative for both addition and multiplication. Associative property of addition, associative property of multiplication, identity property for addition, identity property for multiplication, zero product, zero property of multiplication, and then distributive property. Any
We
of
never
those
did zero property.
of multiplication?
Yeah.
All right. So of course the first one on this sheet is that example. So let me show you that here. It will be a little underwhelming here. This is the zero property of multiplication. Basically, if you multiply by zero, you get zero.
Zero.
Yeah,
So it's
shouldn't
kind of
be.
like identify.
Yes, yes, exactly.
All right.
All right. So let me put a couple of these on the screen here, and you can you can just say what it is.
Two is distributive.
Who
Three is
is
associative.
okay. So with three, you have to specify whether it is um, addition or subtraction. Now, this is not associative because associative always involves parentheses. Maybe I don't remember if you said
Oh,
three or four. Yeah, but associative always involves parentheses. Well, parentheses. These involve switching order.
oh, that would be commutative property then.
You have to be more specific. You have to say of
Commutative property of addition.
yes. And how about this one down here?
Um, see, that would be how am I forgetting the name? Associative property of addition.
Yes. Okay, so let me put a few more in front of you here. Let me just bring this list down each time. I don't know if you'll get this, but you'll want to learn it between now and your test quiz.
All right. Number 5 is identify.
Be more specific. Give me the
I
full one. Or you just
identify
need the letter.
property of addition.
Yes. Yes. E. Okay, keep going.
Number 6 is F.
Okay.
And then number 7 is D.
It is. Very good. Okay. Let's throw a few more up in front of you here. We can do a bunch here. You're getting this down. Do you think you'll get this list on your test quiz tomorrow?
Probably not.
Okay, what's your plan to learn these between now and
Um,
then?
I know most of them. I just have some trouble sometimes with like making sure I remember all of them and keep them remembered.
All right, we'll give this a try here. 8, 9, 10. We got 6 here for you to try.
8 is A. Sorry, no, B. B, B, B.
Okay,
9 is um B, D.
okay,
10 is C.
okay.
11 is um is 11. H.
Okay.
12 is A.
It is. This is a good one because it has parentheses, but they just switch what's in parentheses. So yes, that's correct.
And then 13 is F.
Okay. Very good. No, sorry. It is not F. Um, it is not F. Identity property returns the same value.
Oh, so it'd be G.
Yes, G means it goes to that. Okay, so the next type of problem you might see is to fill in the blank with the number and then say which one it is. So, just like before here, I don't know if this will be,
And the first one would be the blank would be 7, and that would be A.
it is not A,
No, wait, C. C. It would be C.
it is C, yes. Okay, how about number 2?
Number 2 is E.
Give me the number first.
Um, 15 plus 0 equals
Yes,
15.
good. Okay, keep going.
And then for 3, it would be D.
Give me the number first.
Oh, right. It would be 4,
Okay,
and the answer would be D.
good. Going whenever you're ready.
Uh, um, Number 4 would be 7, and it would also be D.
So what is the difference between 3 and 4? if anything?
Uh,
Well, I'm trying to look myself because I'm surprised they'd give you two in a row. They're exactly the same. Uh, it's definitely associative. It's definitely associative. Okay. All right. Nothing, I guess. What about five?
mm, B,
Okay. And what number goes there?
14.
Good. All right. I got some other questions here that are related. Um,
Okay.
all right. So I'm going to snip these in. Go ahead and take a look at that.
C.
Okay. So associative property of addition because they're just moving the parentheses around. Good. All right. There's another problem to look at. Is there anything else you want us to cover tonight?
Let me just double check quickly. Maybe algebraic expressions.
Okay, that is what we've been doing. So I will look for some more of those. While I'm doing that, I guess keep working on some of these for me.
A.
Okay, good. Let's try this one. This is one we can. So the instructions are, let me do this back right. It is in data order. Is you have to first write an algebraic expression and then evaluate it. So like think of that as part A and then part B. What is part A?
499 C.
Okay.
And
And then part
then
B.
if it's 2, just easily round up to 5, which would equal 9 and 98 cents. $9.98.
Okay, good. Right. Boy, I am struggling here to find. So it's hard to find them in this like kind of in the context that you're in. So let me keep looking here. All right, here we go. Here is one. To try to just write an expression here.
475B plus 350.
Let's change this up. Let's say C boxes. C boxes of crackers. What would that be? How would that change this?
350C.
Okay. All right, let's say and let's say in part B here, um, we want to know if he has enough money to, or she has enough money to buy 2 boxes of bags of fruit, sorry, 2 bags of fruit and 1 bag of, or 1 box of crackers. So how much does this cost, I guess, is what I'm looking for here.
That costs $12, so she has enough.
Okay, very good. All right, so let's try this one. All right, so I want you to write an expression for this. And you may have to pick your own variables.
$5.15 C plus $8.75 D.
Okay, give me your reasoning for using the letters C and D.
There was no real reasoning. I don't like using X a lot because X is often confused with multiplication.
Okay, so the the reason I'm asking is a lot of times you want to like stick with a letter that's maybe in the, like, give it some physical meaning. I agree that X and Y aren't necessarily the best choices, but C and D just being arbitrary aren't the next, aren't really good choices either.
A and B.
Like, keep it in context. Papers, cashier, or clothing or delivering, like something like
Okay.
that. That would be better than just sort of random, or not random,
Oh,
but just sequentialism. Something like that would be better. Um,
okay.
it doesn't really matter, but that is a consideration. So, um, all right. I mean, you got this down. Let me throw a few more of these word these properties in front of you. Um, well, you actually have it all down. Okay, what else might be good to work on during this time?
Um, maybe finding like all the coefficients, variables, like terms, and constants.
Okay, sure, we can do that. Okay. Okay. So what I'm trying to show you here is a shape where this length right here is 4x plus 2y. This length over here is 6x minus 8y, and 3x plus y is here. I have no idea if this is true or not or possible, but I want you to determine the perimeter for this, please.
13x plus negative 5y.
Okay, how did you come up with 13x?
Um, so I added all the different x's together.
Okay, so the perimeter though is a walk all the way around. And my guess is that you didn't walk all the way around. You walked, and I'll highlight what I think you walked. You walked from here to here, here to here, and here to here. What about the rest of it?
Uh, mm,
So you wanna add these in to your either on your paper or by hand. You're doing this, but these are also these other ones are 4x plus 2y, 4x plus 2y. Sorry, I'm having a lot of trouble here with my technology. There we go. So these are also 4x plus 2y, 4x plus 2y, 4x plus 2y.
25x plus 1y.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So I agree. I agree. Good. Um, I'm really struggling to find more questions. Do you have anything else you want us to work on today? That's
Not really.
okay. Do you feel like you are ready for your test quiz?
Yes.
Okay. We do have some time left, but I'm okay to stop here if you are. Do you need any more practice?
I don't think so.
Okay, we can stop here then for tonight.